Hello students, I'm your accountancy teacher Noor Jahan. Today I'm going to teach you the chapter accounting for share capital. So basically in this chapter we will see how the companies manage their accounts regarding the share capital process, and first of all we have to understand the meaning of share. What is share? So basically you know that every company needs finance to operate their business, and at some point they need finance from other financial institution. So they have many options to arrange the finance, but the most common option which is used by the company is share capital. Let's suppose a company want to raise a capital of 1 lakh. This is capital. Okay, so if they divide this total capital into small units, let's suppose we divide 1 lakh into 10,000 small units, then this each unit is known as share. Are you understanding? When the total capital of a company is divided into small units, then each unit is known as share. So if you want to calculate the price of share, how can we calculate? Total capital divided by total units. As I said you, that when we divide the total capital into small units, then each unit is known as share. Then we can also write here total shares. So here our total capital is 1 lakh and total units or share is 10,000. So per share price would be rupees 10. So this is the concept of share and how we calculate the share price. So before moving to the numericals, first of all I want to clear the basic types of share, that is preference share and equity share. Equity share and preference shares. Let's create a story in your mind. Like suppose a company is here and they want to raise the capital to expand their business or to enhance their business or to start a new type of business. So they will issue the share to the public. The public will give them the money and the company will give them the share in the form of demat. Means like in your bank account you can see how much money you have. In the same way in the demat account you can see how many shares are you having of a particular company in your account. So basically company gets the money from public and company have to give the shares to the public, and it proves that the public is also the part of company now by purchasing the share of their company, and they have the right in the decision making also. So that's why we will differentiate between these types of share, equity share and preference share. As the name itself is showing here, that while giving the preference to distribute the profit, like are you understanding? There must be a question in your mind that why the public is purchasing the shares from the company. What's the benefit of the public? Like after a year the company will earn the profit and they have to give the profit to the public in the form of dividend. This is called the return. So there must be a proportion, there must be a percentage which the company have to divide among the public in the form of dividend. So while distributing the profit, while distributing the dividend, the preference share get the preference. First the dividend is given to the preference share, and if the money is left with them, that money goes to the equity share. There is some percentage, like whatever they invested they will get suppose 10% of the investment or 12% of the investment in the form of return, in the form of profit. Like they have a fixed rate of interest while getting the dividend. That's why their name can be 10% preference share, 8% preference share, but it is not with the case of equity share. Equity share will get the left amount of profit after giving to the preference share. And when we are discussing about the voting right, voting right means that while the company is holding a meeting and they want to take any decision, they will get the suggestions from equity share, not from the preference share. So the equity share has the voting right power in the business, not the preference share. Now there is the next topic is kinds of share capital. Okay, before explaining this, I would like to explain you how the company asks the money from the public. I will just take a small example, like the share price of a company is rupees 10 per share. Okay, the company will never ask the whole amount in a one time. Usually, it's up to the company, but usually they do not demand the whole amount once. They will first issue the share to the public. I mean, they will let the public to know that we are issuing the share to them and the price of the share is 10. They will ask the public if they are interested in buying the share, they can apply. They can apply for the shares. Like we take the example that the company will issue 10,000 share to the public. Okay, there can be a situation that public may demand for 12,000 share, but the company is not in the position to issue 12,000 share. They can issue only 10,000 share. So that's why. So here the company follows a procedure. First of all, they will issue a prospectus in which they will give every knowledge regarding their company, and they will let the public to know that they are going to issue the shares. So first of all, after issuing the prospectus, they will ask the public if you are interested in buying the share of their company, they must apply. So first the process will be application. The public have to make a application, have to buy a application, then the company will decide whether them to allot the share or not, to give the share to the public or not, allotment. Then they will ask, let me explain you, the company may ask rupees 2 on share in the time of application. Later on the allotment time, they may ask rupees 3. I'm just taking example here. Then we are left with rupees 5 remaining amount. They can ask, who can ask? The company can ask from the public in the form of 2 installments or in just a one time payment, last payment. So let's suppose we will take the example 2 installments. So they will call first call. They will ask from the public the remaining amount of 5 in 2 different installments. That is called first call. That may be 2, and second and final call will be the remaining amount. So here we completed our 10 rupees from the public. So the company usually asks the money of the share from the public in this form. First they will ask the application amount, later the allotment amount, later the first call, and then the second and final call. It depends upon the question which we are going to attempt in the numericals. So now the topic is kind of share capital. So basically there are 3 kinds of share capital. First is authorized, second is issued, third is subscribed capital. You all know that the company, like in the partnership, you have studied in the partnership accounting that partnership have to follow the rules and regulation which are mentioned in the Partnership Act. In the same way, the company have to follow the rules which are mentioned in the Company Act 1956, but after the changes, now it is well known as Companies Act 2013. So while the company want to start a business, they have to take a permission from the registrar office that how much they are going to invest in the company. They have to give the amount, and if the registrar approves that amount, that will be considered as authorized capital. Let's suppose a company A, we are talking about company A. Okay, they got the permission of authorized capital of rupees 10 lakh. Okay, 10 lakh. So if we divide this total capital in small units, let's suppose we divide it in 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh small units. So 1 lakh shares. Okay, Are you understanding here what is authorized capital? Authorized capital means the amount which is approved by the registrar office that we can invest this much money in our business. That is authorized capital. And I'm going to tell you a very important point, that the company will never issue 1 lakh whole share to the public. They can't give the full power to the public. That's why here the company have to take how much share they will issue to the public. They will offer to the public. How much share they are going to offer to the public is categorized as issued capital. Issued capital to the public. Let's suppose here I am going to take example that 1 lakh is the authorized shares, and the company want to issue 40,000 shares to the public. 40,000 shares to the public means they are going to offer 40,000 shares to the public. That is considered as issued capital. But it depends. It depends upon the public whether they want 40,000. I mean, this amount can vary. The shares can vary. Sometime the public is very much interested in buying the share of the company, and they may ask more than this amount. But we can't issue them. Okay, sometime it also happens that they may demand less than this. So subscribed capital means how much the public purchased the share. The public wants the share of the public of the company. Okay, that is known as subscribed capital. So let's suppose the public shown the interest of purchasing 30,000 share. So this is known as subscribed capital. Okay, and there is another category lies under this subscribed capital. I will explain with the numerical when we do that. So for now being, this is the quite introduction of share capital. Let's end this video here, and in the next video we will see the numerical part. Just understand this and give your comments. Thank you.